Guys, welcome back to Lucas Gaming 84, and it's me again. Hello. Hi. Hello, hi. What did I say again? Oh. So, incidents have been happening on Roblox so far, blah, 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 and that stuff. Just go to Roblox and check my group and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, today, well, this was supposed to be after the movie, but the movie got canceled until after that. So in 2 weeks, the movie is planning to be released, but if it does not, then I'm very sorry. Alright, so let's start it. As a ship was placed in the water in the 1900s, the ship had a terrible flaw. It was a cargo ship, no bridge, and as we can see, the gap has ripped through the bow, and the bow starts to V-break, basically. You can see it, the bow is V-breaking quickly. I mean, minutes notice the ship could go down quickly or slowly. As the Beten thinks that it's fine, but not really. The ship could literally be sinking at a fast rate and we won't even know it. But the torpedo went through a little bit of trouble on the way there. So that means the torpedo has ripped through the passenger side. As the passenger side is a very bad thing, as this could literally lead to very bad incidents with the B-10. As the B-10 starts to flood even more, it starts to go down quickly. All captain says disconnect all lifeboats and prepare them on the deck. As there was 4 giant lifeboats located on the deck, but are not really be able to be lowered in this time, as the ship is basically going to V-break, if you can't really tell by the moment. The bow lifted out of the water, and the stern is starting to rise a little bit, or drop, as water is now being discovered all through the ship, especially in the back areas and the front. As the water starts flooding way rapidly in the areas where we cannot see them, the ship looks like it's taking on a port or starboard degree list of which the direction of the torpedo hit. As we do not know this for certain though, but the crash starts going under fast, really fast. As water starts burning out of the bow. 20 minutes later, as the ship starts sinking way rapidly a little bit, as cargo placement has secured the ship's sink ability, as the crash starts going under way quicker, and the bow starts dropping away faster. As we will see this sink go over a 3-hour time period in real life. Oh. As the cargo hold placement has dislocated the bow, and the bow starts dropping basically back to its vertical spot. As the shipwreck will be more brutal probably from all the weight and what's happening. As the ship tries to go back to land, the propellers are starting to lean a little bit more to port side. As lifeboats are being now prepared, and the first boat that leaves the boat is the fourth boat from the very back of the stern. This boat is able to leave the boat because of its easy accessibility to the water. The next one to leave is collapsible 2. This is located between the 2 funnels, and the other 2 boats will probably float off or be launched in this time period. If the bow starts flooding, and the ship probably rapidly sinks, starting to rapidly sink now, as we can see this from the angle. The bow starts sinking very rapidly now. Uh-oh. As the bow starts sinking rapidly now, the stern starts rising out of the water. This is because the bow of the ship starts sinking way faster than the front of the ship, and now the camera returns to its proper place. As the ship's bow starts rising up way faster than a cricket on a fiddlestick. The watertight bulkheads are holding very sturdy, but I don't think it will be enough, as the ship is probably going down at this point. The bow starts rising out of the water even more. As the bow drops under the water, the ship is starting to be pulled under the water. The crack of the bow has caused the stern, and the ship starts sinking rapidly. Oh no! The ship is sinking rapidly as the watertight bulkheads are starting to fail now. Looks like the first funnel may collapse at this point. We're going to see what's going to happen here. As the first funnel collapses into the water, it drops beneath the surface, never to be seen again. Or stays there, waiting to be sunken below the waves. As now the bow starts crashing on the bottom of the seafloor, air bubbles now starting to escape the wreck. And now the ship starts to drop even more, as the lifeboat is being very brutally capsizing over to its side a little bit. The ship is still sinking, and still sinking. As the second funnel falls into the water, oh my! As this funnel sinks to the bottom of the ocean now, unlike the first one. As the bow is starting to be pulled over even more, the stress on the frame is starting to bend the ship, causing a very bad superstructure and thing as a wave comes by and hits the ship. As this is all recorded on helicopter, and the bow starts leaning over a little bit to port, much of what the torpedo hit, as a lot of the bow stern section is being crushed when the wave goes under. What's this? Is the ship starting to move under the water? The lifeboat gets sucked in a little bit. We don't know if it's going to be able to float. Air bubbles start escaping the bow. And now the first funnel frame is now going under, letting water into the front of the ship now. Way more rapidly. The ship is definitely sinking at this point. The bow is being crushed by the weight of the ship. And now it's starting to sink way rapidly, isn't it? We heard a big boom inside the ship. Probably under the first funnel setting. Probably under the first funnel. As the ship is now starting to sink very rapidly now. It's starting to go under. As it's starting to pull down the ship a little bit now. It's just starting to go down a little bit more now. Now it looks like it's definitely the end of the ship is now coming. As the ship's starting to roll on its side and starting to crash on itself underwater. Now air bubbles and stuff start floating up to the surface, and the back of the ship starts floating rapidly. And the stern of the ship even did flood a little bit. Must have been from the explosion, or from weapon detonators or something. As the ship starts being pulled under, can you see this? The ship is being pulled under a little bit. Oh, the second funnel holds down. It's going down now. Oh, it's going down way fast now. The lifeboat's a little tilted on its side. Maybe it'll hold up, maybe not. The ship crashed itself a little bit, now leaning to its side a little bit now. Maybe the wreck will be recovered into a museum or a monument, but looks like the ship has slowed itself down. And oh wait, we didn't tell that it didn't slow itself down probably, but we're gonna wait about 10 more minutes. Now the cargo hatch and the second thing right behind the funnel starts flooding very rapidly. Water going into the bulkhead now, bringing the ship down a little bit. Oh, the B-10's not looking so hot anymore. The cargo hatch is now starting to go under probably. It's probably been wet for a while now. As the bow of the stern starts leaning a little bit to port side now. As we're getting this from the air on the news right now. This is on the news. We've recovered that 600 wounded soldiers in
101 nurses and some crew on board the ship have made it out, but sadly about 30 people died so far, and the cargo hatch is going under. The third lifeboat, and the first funnel goes to the bottom of the ocean finally, sinking to the bottom like a wave pattern and crash the seafloor, just like the Titanic. As that middle section right there did get a little rips right there from the stress factors, and the bow did get twisted a little bit. Now it's going under. It's going under quickly now. Oh, the third lifeboat. Oh, it's going a little bit. It's like it's V-braking. Oh, the stern starts going under. Stern starts going under. The go-go hatch is not getting out of a fight. And it looks like the stern's going to go under for the final time today. Oh, the cargo hatch is still staying afloat, but I don't think it's going to stay for long. As the stern of the ship is now going to the bottom of the ocean, and the cargo hatch is probably going to follow very soon, as both of them slip beneath the waves. Basically, we can't tell. The cargo hatch base slips beneath the waves at the last moment, revealing the inside of the ship, as compartment number 8 is flooded all the way. As the shipwreck will try to be recovered, and will try to be salvaged as a museum prop or something. As the bow probably would have been cracked, very bad fractured. And there goes the stern, crushing the funnel, as all lifeboats made it out successfully and good. As this is what's happening today. Arrow's just escaping the boat now. Basically sunk like a Lusitania a little bit, but until this is the shipwreck of the B-10. As the bow looks crooked a little bit, you can see that basically like kind of like the Britannic did. Right on the other side. As the air bubbles now escape at the end of the ship, surprisingly it's still in there. It finally bows to the bottom and gets a little bit, how do you say this? Like, there's like a metal rod, and like where the funnel is, and there's a thing pressed against it, and it bends. Basically, that's what happened to the end of the stern now, and we're gonna get a high view of what happened just now. The shipwreck of the B-10, a glory and ownership of a cargo ship turned to a passenger, or HMS Beten. As the ship has bubbles coming out of it now, the two funnels collapsed on each other, and the ship was sunk. The ship probably could have stayed afloat if the torpedoes hit it and exploded. So that was the end of the B-10. As will be raised, we don't know.